Larry Oxford,
Tracy Gay.
Tracy, and Lenny Elsperman. Were appointed by the grand jury to hear appeals of property tax matters that include value, uniformity of value, taxability, denial of homestead exemption, and denial of special assessments. We are not connected with the tax assessor's office or any other county officials. We will listen to both sides of this appeal and make a decision based upon the information presented by both parties in this hearing. We hope you took the opportunity to read the rules and regulations we sent to you and notice the date and time of hearing, and you hear and appreciate it. The board will give the property owner the option to present his information first. If, however, the property owner wishes, the board will require the tax assessors to present information first. The board will allow each party to present information without interruption. Upon completion of each party's presentation, both parties will be given the opportunity to cross-examine, rebut, or question each other in an orderly fashion and directed by the board. When all information has been presented, the board shall deliberate and make a decision. The deliberation shall be among only board members, and no further input shall be allowed from the property owners or the tax assessors. Upon completion of the deliberations, the board will make a decision. The decision shall be announced at the conclusion of the deliberations. The written and signed decision will be delivered by hand within receipt. Will be by hand with written receipt or by certified mail to the taxpayer. The original copy of the final decision will be filed with the County Board of Tax Assessors. If either party is not satisfied with this decision, that party has the right to appeal this decision to the Superior Court of the county. Any further questions? Would you like to present your information first, or have the county go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
Do I need to come over
Yes,
there?
ma'am, I'm afraid so.
Okay.
You have a better, camera has a better view of it.
Okay. So my name is Jennifer Grogan. We're the homeowners of 339 Walnut Grove Road in Gray. And since 2022, my home's appraised value has risen $96,000, $96,159, almost $100,000. We have not done any updates to the home. We have not added a fence to the backyard or a pool. The most recent sale price of a home on my street was $320,000, and it was a new build. The next newest home on the street was sold for $323,000 in 2024, and again, it was a new build. Both less values than the price of what my home is currently valued at. Other homes on my street are appraised at less than my home and have fenced-in backyards, extended patios with ceiling fans, and in-ground pools. For example, 309 Walnut Grove Road has a fenced-in backyard, an extended covered patio, and an in-ground pool, and in 2025 was valued at $332,000, just above that. Whereas my home again was valued at over $349,000.
Is that the same year or this year?
This year, those were the values for this year.
Okay.
Another home just across the street from my home, 344 Walnut Grove Road, was valued at over $336,000 for 2025, and again, mine is at $339,000. And that home, mine is valued at $349,000, but this home has a detached garage matching the main home and an extended covered patio in the back. And my home is valued at over $13,000 more than this home. Over the past 3 years from 2022, my home's appraised value has risen almost $100,000, and we have not made any updates or improvements to the home or the yard. That's
I understand.
basically where I am.
It's pretty straightforward right there, thank you.
Thank you.
I have a quick question.
Okay.
So these 309 and 344, are they basically the same size as your home in square footage? Are they the same, like is one brick and one
So
siding, that kind of thing? Are they comparable in that way?
So all of the homes on Walnut Grove Road are comparable. They're all made out of hardy board. 309, I had printed out all the things. On 344, I would say they're all comparable.
You don't
In-
happen to know the square footage of those, do you?
I can get it, I just don't know where to look on here. But like I have images of all the houses and they all look similar because they were all like pre-built.
Did they have square footage information on there?
Do you have
They're all
copies to give
Scott
them?
Jackson houses. Same builder built just about everything.
Brian's houses?
Yes, it should be on here, but I don't,
It's on
off
there.
a few public now.
Yeah, it's on there.
Look down on,
Okay.
let me see for a second.
They're all about the same.
There's-
Kind of cookie cutter houses.
I mean,
I don't mean that in
Right, right, but-
shape, form, or fashion bad, but kind of, when you go in and build a neighborhood, they all kind of about the same.
so 344 square footage is 22,191. And I believe ours is about 2,300 square foot. 309 Walnut Grove Road, theirs is 1891. But like the upgrades that they have are thousands of dollars, like, and they're appraised almost $20,000 less than my house. And I really would like to ask that my home, valued appraisal be lowered to at least 320,000. I don't know if that's something I can request, but just based on like the improvements that some of the homes have and the things that my home doesn't have. Like we don't have a fenced-in backyard or anything, and we don't have a shed. We don't have like an extended covered back patio or anything like that.
So you're asking for $320,000 valuation.
Yes,
That includes lot, total valuation, everything.
yes. In 2024, so each year from 2022, my home has went up like $40,000 every year.
Not yet.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's
Do I need to
fine.
sit down?
Sure.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for- That's all right, thank you for your
You're fine.
presentation. It's straightforward and clear.
Thank you.
This is at 339 Walnut Grove, building 2019. Subject property is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath improvement located at the Walnut Grove subdivision. The estimate of value is $349,495. One of the things she was she was saying, she's at 2,362 square foot. One of the houses she quoted was 1,891 square foot. That's 400 square foot. And we have her at 137. You do 137 times 300 to 400, 300, square foot. That gives you your difference there, you know, I mean, you can't compare an 1,800 square foot house with a 2,300 square foot house. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's your differences in value. But two of my comps are from that same subdivision. The first comp I have is on Davis Road. It's at $380,000. It sold on January 27th, 2022 for $322,650. It's 3 acres. They have half an acre. It's valued at 40. The land is 46,956. Theirs is 26,000. We subtracted 20,956. Their square footage is 2,362 square foot. This one is 2,347. Not much difference there, but we added $2,130 to make that equal out. The year built, theirs was built in 2019. This house was built in 2021. So we have a negative 6,871 to balance that out. They're both the same grade. They both have the same number of baths, 3.5. Their garage, we have at 8,360. This one's garage is a little bigger, so it's at 9,556. We subtracted 1,196. The porches, decks, patios, etc., they have $4,662 there. The first comp has $5,636. We subtracted $974 for total adjustments of negative $27,867, bring the value to $352,328. The next one is in the same subdivision. It's $337,630. The land, and it's sold on 2/23/23 for $317,900. The land value is the same as they're valued by the lots in there. It is about 22 square foot less, so we we added $2,930. Year built, it was built, Emery, do you know what year that was built? Because we've got to subtract. It's a newer house.
2019.
321, this is J45E304.
It's 923 then.
Yeah, but that's the date it sold. Or one of them sold, but that didn't.
So it sold twice? It sold-
No, ma'am, I don't know. I think we might have put something in the wrong spot.
Because those two dates are different.
You said 309?
It's 321 Walnut Grove. What was the year built effective year? It's probably a 21 or 22 sale, because it's higher.
The sale.
No, I need the date built. Theirs was built in 19. I'm guessing this was built in 20 or 21.
21.
This was built in 21, so we subtracted $6,425 because it's a newer house. The grade is a 110 grade, so we added 14,165 to balance that out. It only has 3 bathrooms, so we added 1,782 to that. On the garage, their garage is a little bigger. It's $9,456. Their garage is $8,360. So we subtracted $1,096. The porches and all that, this house has less. It has $2,272 worth of porches, patios, etc. Subtract that from their $4,662. We had to add $2,390 to make that equal out. Total adjustments, $13,746. Final value, $351,376. The next one is on Walnut Grove also, and it sold September 8th, 23 for $325,000. The land is the same. It is only 2,174 square foot. So we had to add 26,696 to compare to theirs because they have 2,362. This is at $142 a square foot. Theirs is $137. It was built in 2017, so we added 6,626 to bring it up. It's a higher grade. It's a 120 house. Theirs is 115. So we subtracted 12,836. It's a 3-bathroom only, so we added $1,864 to bring that up. The garage is bigger. It's $9,928. Theirs is $8,360. We subtracted $1,568. The porches and everything, the porch is pretty equal. The comparable has $4,994 of porches and patios. The subject has $4,662. We subtracted $332. Total adjustments, $20,450. Final value land, property, improvement in land, $354,557. Subject property is a 3-bedroom, 3.5-bath improvement located in the Walnut Grove subdivision. After adjustments, comparable number 2 with an adjusted value of $351,376. The value difference is $13,746, has the smallest amount of adjustment and is therefore the most comparable. It also sold on 2/23 for $317,900. We feel our value is fair and uniform and request no change. Final opinion of value is $349,495. Two of the comps here are on the same street. You can't just look at a house and say, well, it's this, mine should be the same. You have to go in and do the square footage. They're at 137. The first comp is at 142 a square foot. The next one is at 133, and the next one is at 142. So all the values per square foot are in there. And then as for a year built and everything, we've adjusted those out. I feel that this is fair and uniform, and I think our value should stand.
Any questions?
So, we said comparable number 2. This is the line that everyone finds most comparable. This is, it says that after adjustments, comparable number 2, which is the
Right.
with an adjusted value of this has the smallest amount of adjustment is equal to most comparable. But it's sold for
There you go, there you go. That's right.
So,
What I was gonna do is look at last year's valuation. And that residence, and what's that top number?
which one you
Down,
want,
the
the
comparable,
comparable? Yeah.
0304. They're exactly the same. They're exactly the same. Within $1,000, less than $1,000. They're within $400 in 2024. Correct? And so their value jumped $7,000, $8,000. $12,000. Their value jumped $12,000. And if you jump $12,000 on Groveland residents, you still come up with $307,000. And they brought it up to $349,000. You see what I'm talking about? See this? 304. Follow me there.
Yeah, I'm following you, yeah.
Their evaluation differences of 2024 are just basically the same. $400 difference. So they're going with no improvements, no nothing, no this, and they jumping them up $12,000 higher than the comp prices. Is there a reason? Billy? We weren't going with the comp, we're looking at the comp house, which is Taylor residence. In 2024, it's $295,000, and it went up to $337,000. All right, that's a $12,000 jump. That was your comp house. So
Which one is that then?
it's J
2024 is
J45E.
the last one. That's a sale, right?
Huh?
Trying to figure out where you.
You're
No.
on J45A304.
That's
Right.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
So the 2024 difference was $800. Not even $800, $400.
So this
And
one-
it was valued higher in 2024 than the Grogan resident. But in 2025, you jumped over the partial and house on which number 304, and you increase the Grogan residence $12,000 higher than that house. And hadn't been any improvements whatsoever. Is that correct?
That is correct. This one from 24 to 25 went up this amount. That's the comparable, they said was the best to use. This one went up this amount, and this is your difference.
That, the one you're looking at is a 110 grade, too, then theirs is a 115 grade.
Well,
Can you explain on the grade? I'm kind
Confused what that is?
of, how do we get to a grade?
Billy, you want to explain that?
The grade is determined from the quality of construction, quality of the workmanship and everything.
and age.
Well, the grade, age doesn't have anything to do with grade.
It's the
Okay.
materials, brick versus
Right.
vinyl versus hardy board, that kind of stuff. That's
It's
what-
things in construction that make it worth more money, is a simple way to put it.
Okay.
The more breaks is in it, how thick the roof is,
Okay.
different things add up to a grade.
Didn't mean to cut you off there, Mr. Lynn.
No, that's fine.
No, that's a valid question.
But that's what it is. This one may have tray ceilings in it. I mean, does yours have tray ceilings or cathedral ceilings?
We have Tracy
In
in
the
the master
Yeah,
bedroom.
and this one probably does, is probably what it is. The nicer the house is, the countertops, the floor covering, almost everybody has LVT or LVP.
So if they went in there with plywood and flattened the ceiling, then that would reduce the price of it $12,000.
Well, I mean, it's a combination of things, man. You know what I'm saying?
But possibly, yes, but not like that.
Yeah.
They're both,
But,
they're probably
I
very
mean-
simple. to be honest.
Yeah.
Because all of that.
I
is
think,
paid for the same people.
I think Brian Jackson knows how to manipulate that grade very well.
Well, he doesn't have anything to do with grade, we put grade
No, I think he's talking about during the construction.
on.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're
He
within,
knows how to dress one up.
Yeah.
they're within $12,000 of value. The two of them, theirs is at, 323, 495, and this one's a 110 grade house, is, 311, 630.
So if you have a difference in grade of, what, 5%?
5%.
5%?
5% is what that means. Of value.
And that house is newer than theirs. Y'all's is 2019, it's a 2021. But like I said, it's 5 points lower, and it's 2340. Y'all are 22 square foot bigger. So 22 times whatever we have per square foot, you take that in too.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Please.
So, I don't know a lot of the lingo and stuff, but, speaking on like grade of the home, like when we were moving in, like we had issues with our blinds, like having them installed because the window sill was,
Not square.
it was
Exactly.
crooked.
We had custom shutters put in my living room. And the man said the window frame is not even level. It's
And
not
we-
level from the ground, from the
We
floor up.
asked Brian Jackson to reconcile that, and he said basically no, that it was done, you know, it was a final sale, and within the first month of living there, we had water pouring out of our ceiling into our bedroom. So I don't know how our grade of our property could be considered higher than any of these other homes, which I know that a lot of them have had septic tank issues. Like, there's so many issues with these homes that I've witnessed personally, and even with our home, that they have not increased that much in value. If anything, like, at any moment, I'm afraid that we're gonna be hit with a $10,000 septic bill because people's sewages have basically stopped working, and like sewage is just back and they're having to replace.
Yeah, but it's not on county sewage lines or anything, it's just
No.
all,
It's a septic
Septic.
tank.
Yep, that whole street. I have four neighbors that already had to replace their septic
Lee
tanks.
Glover, he had to replace his, it was about $10,000.
Thank y'all for hearing me out. I got a Teams call that I have to be on.
I
at
understand.
1:30, a meeting with my work, and I need to step out. So some guy's gonna be speaking here a lot about some technological stuff, and I need to be on it, so. Thank you,
You're welcome.
but Jennifer, you finish it up.
so a 5% grade's gonna make up the difference in $12,000.
And the difference in square foot.
And the difference in the square foot is 3,000 of that. Is 22, let's see. 22 square foot, I'm on the 321 Walnut Road, is 2340, they're 2362. So that's 22 square foot. At the 137 would be $3,000 of that. And then the other part is the grade, and that, you know what I'm saying, I mean,
Sounds like somebody needs to go out and look at their grade to me.
pardon me?
I said, it sounds like somebody needs to go out there and
How was,
reevaluate that grade.
If
If
the
those
difference-
houses are
the
in that
difference-
Well,
bad
you don't
shape,
change the grade, what you would do on that is you change the physical appreciation.
like you did on the crooked house.
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha.
So that was functional lift. If they actually have physical issues, like septic tank problems, or they got a roof leak, if they got something like that, then we put physical depreciation on it to compensate for it.
The
But the
house-
grade is the grade, grade is
Because it's the material
The
that's
house
used, yeah.
was functional, that's like if you had an 8-bedroom house and with 2 bathrooms, that's a functional issue. You can't, you know, or when your house is crooked like that. When it's something actually, you got a bad roof, floors are bad.
House isn't square, windows out of
Yes, ma'am,
line, that kind of
the
stuff.
Foundation's cracking, that's physical depreciation. Is your roof all right now, ma'am?
My roof, it wasn't my roof, it was the upstairs tub had a hole in it, and when my kids were taking a bath, it was putting water all out into the.
Right.
and
Did they get
it
it fixed up?
Yes,
Did it mess up the ceiling or anything? or-
they had to replace it all.
Okay, so it's good now.
They had to patch it, yeah. It's fixed now. One other question I had was, why do the homes get valued or appraised at like way more than what they actually sell for? So like, for example, like the highest amount that I know of that a house on my street has sold for is like $320 something, but they're appraised at like $349.
It's what the market bears. I mean, well, that's on the selling side, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Billy, you answer that.
The one on
I
323
thought
sold.
I thought y'all based it on recent sale prices, not,
Right. The one at, the one at, 321 Walnut Grove sold for $337. The one at 317 Walnut Grove sold at $334. And these were in 23 sales.
Right, 23, but 24, you had 320 on a brand new construction. I realized that you said it was smaller in square foot.
Right.
Well, we didn't look at those, we just looked at the other ones, the new builds. Or was that 309 and that 344 the two new builds?
The 309 and 344 were there before my house.
Okay.
was. The new builds are in the cul-de-sac,
We don't know how many square feet those have, because we don't have an address for those, so. we
but
don't-
the new build sold for 320 in the cul-de-sac, because I asked the realtor this morning.
Gotcha. I wish we knew how big they were comparable wise, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guesstimation, are they as big as your house, smaller than your house?
I can find out.
if you really need to know, they can pull them up if they want to.
Yeah, well, we'd have to have the address.
And they got you can go to, MapQuest, or,
Zillow?
no, the Q.
Q Public.
Q Public,
Oh, okay.
and pull up each individual lot and house right there. All right, where's the Groveland's resident? Is that it? And then how far we gotta go to get to the cul-de-sac?
Are the houses there? All I see is trees.
It's not updated, like even on Google, it doesn't have the correct
Well,
picture.
y'all safe
of my
again.
house.
Hold on a second, I'll pull them up.
You get them on Zillow probably.
That's what I said, Zillow.
The one at 368, so it's 2,037 square feet. That's one of them.
So that's 300 something square foot less than yours. 300
That's
times
a lot.
137.
Does it matter if you're on a lake?
41,000.
Yes.
Yes.
So there's a lake that's on that cul-de-sac, those houses sit on,
Back behind it, yes.
so they're on lake property?
30 would be.
Some,
I don't know if
maybe.
it's
There it is up
considered
there. That dark green is the lake.
368 is not close
All right,
to it, it's on the other side, backing up to Aaron Drive. But yeah, one of the new builds is,
On water, on the
yeah,
lake,
kinda.
yeah.
Oh.
If it's 300 square foot less, times $137 a square foot, that's $41,100. Like I said, you've got to compare houses roughly the same, or if you don't, you have to subtract or add for the square foot difference.
So 300 square foot is $40,000.
300 square foot at $137 a square foot is $41,100.
Did you say 41,000?
300 times 137.
Gotcha, just-
$41,100. One of those houses in the cul-de-sac sold for $236,000, and it's
decrease off theirs.
2,000 square foot. So again, 300 square foot.
Right, I follow that. That's the net increase, or that's what you're saying, that take that off of here? Huh?
This is.
Right, right. Okay, but why you going to 12,000? The original difference between the two here?
Where you showed me.
Okay.
That was your number.
Right.
That and that. Which you were pointing out.
And so basically saying, if we take that square footage into consideration, you good with that? You follow me like that?
Oh, yeah, yeah. What was the bottom figure? 9,000.
That's just reducing it.
Yeah.
I would just round it.
Should make it 340 round.
Around 340, 395. What we're discussing up here is we're taking the difference in the evaluation between 2024, between the two houses, which is basically a $12,000 difference. Then we took the difference in the square footage, which comes out to, what, $3,000? Is it 3,000 or 30?
Which
3,000.
one are you talking about?
He Somebody said 3,000.
Approximately 3,000.
Property,
Approximately 3,000.
yeah,
Can we say approximately 2,000?
3,000.
No, that's all right, approximately 3,000, okay? So we come up with a figure of $9,100 reduction to the total value that is shown on the assessment. So you have a $349,495 assessment value. You take away, we rounded it to 9,100, and gives us a adjusted assessed value of $340,395.
And do y'all understand how we came up with that?
In a vague way.
I know, it's a lot.
Yeah, I'm very unfamiliar with prices of square feet and things like that, but another thing, and this has nothing to do with my house, but it is on my street, and my brother owns this house at 313 Walnut Grove Road, and his assessed value shot up $100,000 over what ours are at 427. And I'm like, where are these numbers coming from? Which he waited too late. He's younger than me. He doesn't really know. This is his first home. And I'm like, but it's too late. That's what I was asking you about at the beginning.
I was correct when I was saying unless he got the timeline for
Yeah, you
appeals.
got 45 days from the time you get the assessment.
And if he got it, if the only way that he could appeal that would be if y'all had a return notice on the assessment mail or something like that. Is that correct?
Do what now?
No, not even with that.
Pardon me?
When we mail them out at the end of May,
All right.
we have 45 days from that time. This year it was July 12th.
Okay, what happens if they didn't get the assessment because of non-delivered or something?
Then it's posted at the courthouse for them to go pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do they know to pick it up if they didn't get, I guess they gotta know they gotta pay their taxes and they would
Yeah,
go
I mean,
ask.
anybody that's had a house, usually they know
That they're, yeah,
that they go out at the tail end of May.
yeah. But you send out the, assessment, you don't pay until the end of the year, so.
Right.
And
Pay
then,
December
yeah,
1st.
this was their first time getting one of these,
So they were new home buyers, so they didn't know. I wouldn't have known first time I bought a
I
house.
I didn't either. I didn't even know that you could even ask for it to be lowered or,
Appeal it.
yes.
But
Any,
back to ours,
any value that the county gives you, any value, whether it's vehicle, whether it's land, anything is appealable. You have that right, any value.
as you should.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to ours, you came up with that 9,100 or 335 or
$9,100.
9,100, okay. Yeah, I understand how you came up, I just came in on the end of it, but you were talking about the values of 2022 or 2023?
24.
24.
Okay, 24 of what home?
The-
One of the comps.
The comps.
What
Yeah,
does the
okay.
comp mean?
The comparable that he used, he gives us a copy, and the comparable that we were looking at is closest,
One, two, three.
the closest to your residence was,
Number 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Number two.
that's the 304 number. And so that's what we went by, and went by the difference in the
We
prices and
looked at
assessment.
their taxes and your taxes, and then we took in account for the square footage, because you have more square footage, that kind of thing.
Got you. Okay, thank you.
Now, Billy, do you want to do the 1-year thing? Because,
Well, I'd like to, but I mean, that's y'all's decision. but
because,
I don't,
I'd like to.
I don't think we ought to,
okay, it's fine with me.
That's-
because one, it locks them in under the law right now. Even if you do a reevaluation, which is what y'all working on, If it doesn't get done, then the next year they're still locked in. Whereas if you come back with a reevaluation,
It
you're gonna,
overrides.
everything's, it's gonna go away and you're gonna be evaluated again. So
My
what-
only
to
thinking
me, it
about
worked-
that was,
Sounds
is
good.
what happens if it goes down? If they're locked in, it ain't gonna go down, is it? Or will it?
Reevaluation.
Yeah,
of
it
Well,
can
then you come back,
Well, the
can you
re-
appeal or lock in?
Overrides.
No, it can always go down.
I know,
Oh,
but
okay.
once they're on, once
You just
they're,
can't go
You
above.
always have the right of appeal, even if it's on a 299C.
okay, that was my question.
Okay.
All right.
What's the one-year thing y'all were talking about?
This is good for 3 years,
Okay.
this year plus
This year
2.
and the next 2.
That's what I was gonna ask, is how many years is it gonna keep going up 40 grand a year? Like,
It won't,
It-
it won't for 2 years.
What it is, we have been way under the market. When COVID came, we've had houses sell for quadruple. There are a lot of double wides, 1989, 1992 double wides on 4 acres sell for $170,000 to $190,000. People are just paying stupid prices for land. And when we go up, when values go up, we have to go up. But we were at $40 a square foot 2 years ago. Last year, we went to $60 a square foot. This year, we went to $110.
But
That's
explain
fine.
why we did that, because I
Yeah.
don't think she knows that.
What it was, we're supposed to be at 40% of fair market value. If a house is sold for $100,000, we should be at $40,000. You pay on 40%. We're constantly being audited, and they look at all the sales and everything, and they divide your assessed value, that's the $40,000, by what it's sold for. If that $100,000 house is sold for $100,000, if it turns around and sells for $200,000, we're not at 40% anymore, we're at 20%. Our numbers have been low, we're supposed to be between 36 and 44. Year before last, we were 32.9, last year we were at 31.26. When we started working on them this year, we were at 27. So we had to go up with where the market is.
is it gonna keep going up, like?
I wish I knew that.
Well-
It's slowing down.
It's slowing down. Houses aren't selling like they used to, so then that brings the values back down.
But they had a quarter point interest rate
Right,
drop the other
yeah,
day.
yeah,
And
and so-
Trump's wanting to drop it another couple of points.
Right.
If they do that, the market's gonna go back up.
Then another thing, they're dropping the mill rate to offset the value.
Right.
All these values go, the county's got a budget. And basically, whatever that budget is, you got the digest, it's divided, the budget's divided into digest and that's the mill rate.
Plus a surplus.
And
Well, with inflation, you have to have it, like they had. our
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
insurance
cover
went
your
$500.
accounts and everything, I understand that, but
Kickback.
when you got a surplus building up either in investments or in money, then, you know, you can afford to lower the millage rate and not affect the operations of the county.
Well, they had.
Jones County hadn't been below 3 on the mill rate in, as long as I can remember.
They
They're
went from
below 3.
35.52 to 29.117, so they've dropped 6 mils in the last 2 years. So that's a big chunk.
Even at what it was, your taxes may go up, but it would have been probably a little bit instead of lots like you felt like it would be probably.
But if the market stays relatively the same or even goes down some, we're not gonna have to do a big jump. We had to do a big jump because
Rhonda,
we've
your
been
glasses
losing millions of dollars
haven't
a
been
year.
sent around.
If we get below 38%, all the public utilities, Georgia Power, Tri-County Power, the railroads, the people that don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars of value properties, they've got millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Last year, they paid 31.26. Everybody in here paid at 40%. So they paid at the lower rate. That's a punishment the state puts on us to make us get our numbers right. And when we get it back above 38%, they'll be paying their fair share. The money that everybody else is having been paying more
You got a
to
DR
cover
in
what
front of
they
your
didn't
name or
pay. We don't have to do that anymore.
That's a
They'll
nail.
drop millage rate even more.
So these last couple of years, these jumps have been to get us back in line where we're supposed to be.
With the state.
And when we stay there, then we won't
Man.
obviously have these jumps
That
anymore.
will explain kind of where and how.
Yeah, I heard we were behind.
Way behind.
But you take the 80 times your millage rate,
Uh-huh.
40% of your value. Look like that 40% times the mill rate. That's pretty much, get you close. Of course, you got minus a homestead, you look, take some off.
So y'all taking us down to 340?
Yeah, about.
Isn't that what it says?
340, 395. We lowered it $9,100.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good presentation.
Y'all do have homestead, so
Yes.
I was just checking, make sure you had that.
Thank y'all, y'all been very informative.
Yeah.
It's very confusing. It really is, if you don't know any. I mean, it's confusing even when you take the 40-hour course.
Confused me even more.
Yeah, it confused me even more.
And luckily, we have such great assessors to clear it up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Out of retirement.
Thank y'all.
So will I get a new one of these in the mail?
The final billings hadn't been.
Hadn't been
hadn't
sent
mailed
out.
out.
Brian's gonna bill, I think, the end of the month, like the 28th, 29th,
Because they,
and you will get it that value.
you,
If you
that
get
value,
one at the old value, we will do an ENR, and that's what you're gonna be paying, 240.
Okay,
But if I do what I'm supposed to, it'll be correct as soon as I get back to the office.
okay.
If he does what he's supposed to.
All right, thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
thank you.
Are we finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like we are too.
I asked the same question.
So I have a question.
That's right.
On these, to figure the grades, y'all go in specs, like, so I'm gonna build a new house. I come to P and Z and I get a permit. Or my builder, I guess, comes and gets a permit. And then y'all come every so often and inspect.
Yes, ma'am.
So you see what the studs are made of, what the plumbing, the ugly stuff is, the build grade of that.
Right.
And even though they may be not so good grade, and then the dressy stuff gets the pretty upgrade things, y'all know what's behind all that and grade it appropriately.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
But like in the case of them with a house that's not square, windows out of square and stuff like that, sounds like septic tank.
Truck out too.